Theodore Ted Bundy was a notorious American serial killer, rapist, and necrophile who terrorized the United States during the 1970s. His crimes spanned multiple states, and he confessed to killing at least 30 women during that period. Ted Bundy was born on November 24, 1946, in Burlington, Vermont, to Eleanor Louise Cowell. His father's identity remains unknown. Bundy grew up in Philadelphia with his grandparents, who adopted him to avoid the social stigma of being born out of wedlock. Bundy was an excellent student and attended the University of Washington, where he studied psychology. He became involved in politics and even worked as a campaign staffer for Nelson Rockefeller's presidential campaign in 1968. Bundy's killing spree began in 1974 during his time at the University of Washington. He targeted young women with long hair, often wearing it in a ponytail or a bun. He would approach them in public places, feigning injury or disability to gain their trust. Once he gained their trust, Bundy would abduct and murder his victims. He often used a fake cast or crutches to appear vulnerable. Bundy's methods were calculating and ruthless, and he took great care to avoid leaving evidence behind. Bundy was first arrested in 1975 for suspicion of kidnapping, but he escaped from custody twice. He was eventually recaptured in 1978 and put on trial for multiple murders. Bundy's trials were highly publicized, and he represented himself in court. Despite his charm and intelligence, the evidence against him was overwhelming. In 1979, Bundy confessed to 30 murders, although some estimates put the number of victims at over 100. He was sentenced to death for the murders of 2 Florida State University students. Ted Bundy was executed in the electric chair at Florida State Prison on January 24, 1989. In the hours leading up to his execution, Bundy confessed to numerous additional murders and provided details about his crime. Psychologists and criminologists have attempted to understand Bundy's motivations and behavior. Some possible explanations include Bundy's uncertain paternity and adoption may have contributed to feelings of insecurity and low self-esteem. Bundy exhibited traits consistent with narcissistic and antisocial personality disorders. Bundy's crimes were characterized by a desire for control and domination, which may have been fueled by sexual deviance. Bundy was eventually caught due to a combination of diligent police work and his own mistakes. In 1975, Bundy was arrested by Utah Highway Patrol officer Bob Hayward for suspicion of kidnapping. Bundy was found with suspicious items in his car, including a fake police badge and handcuffs. Bundy escaped from custody twice, once by jumping from a second-story window and again by escaping from a courthouse. He was eventually recaptured in 1978. Investigators collected forensic evidence, including hair samples and bite marks, which linked Bundy to multiple crime scenes. The investigation into Bundy's crimes was a collaborative effort involving multiple law enforcement agencies across several states.